Yes.
Or even sometimes like you just say crazy stuff. You're like, well,
Now that's out in the world.
but honestly, I've been blaming people. If you listen far enough, it's your fault.
Yeah.
You can't get mad if you listen 40 minutes in to hear me say bad stuff. So
When we get all the good stuff, baby. I'll do it. Welcome to the Cheese Cast, baby. We're taking turns on who's hosting, and today it's me. I'm Scott Bigos, and I'm having a great week. I just became a YouTube partner. I'm going to make a bunch of money. Let's go. And we've got George here, and
my friend just became a YouTube partner. And I'm in the sketches sometimes. Let's go, dude.
Sometimes George is there too.
Do you have an air horn on that bad boy? Thank you.
Wait, it's too quiet. All right, let's turn that up.
Classic.
Come on, man. You think we don't have a goddamn air horn?
So
We're here
good.
with Jake Lipinsky, local Philadelphia comedian.
What's up, boys? How's it going?
He just came from some kind of show that he was doing.
I was at Case Comedy doing a little comedy, disgusting the people. It was the Overshare show. That was what it was called. So I intentionally was like, I'm going to overshare.
Did you do any new bits like with that theme in mind?
I opened with the making my family dogs eat my cum joke. That was the new. I opened with that one to get them like a taste of what was coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they were immediately on board.
It was like a medium. It was kind of like a slow ramp up. You know, I lost him in the middle, but then got him back at the end.
Yeah,
got him with the zoo stuff. They love the Japanese titty milk stuff, so I'm calling it a win. I left it feeling good, dude. Felt good.
You just rushed right over here. I appreciate you coming over. How long did it take you to get over here? You took a little Uber?
It was like 20 minutes. I drove.
You drove? Nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of. Have I heard the family dog eating the cum bit? I don't know if
that's brand new. That's fresh.
That's fresh material. Okay.
It's new.
So
is it based on reality? I'm curious.
Yes.
It is. Okay. I don't want to make you do a bit, but if you could just explain,
which is like. My family was visiting, and you don't think about masturbation like during a family visit. But then they left for like 20 minutes. But they brought the dogs, and then I looked at all the dogs. I'm like, you guys ready to watch me jerk off again?
Yeah. Okay. So
wait. Where does the eating the cum come?
Oh, and then I go snack time, and then that's when everyone goes.
You know what's weird? You know where my mind went to immediately is that you had nowhere to jizz, so you were like, "Hey, get rid of the evidence."
No, my dog. They just watch. They just watch angrily. Like, why are you
Right.
doing that to yourself? Why are you doing that?
I assumed he was coming onto himself and then having the dogs like lick it off.
I'm not a monster.
That would be the sexiest thing. That would
I'm
be
not a monster, dude.
Well, I just want you to know that that's what I thought.
So maybe you're the monster,
Yeah,
Scott.
dude, that is
Fucking
too
gross,
far.
dude.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You want to watch this clip?
Yeah, let's get in today's clip.
Today's clip.
The pills that Carlton took, they were from my locker.
What?
I mean, I had basketball practice and I had finals and everything. One of the guys at school just offered me some stuff to help me stay awake. And then Carlton. Look, all I know is that somebody real close to me that I love a whole lot could be dead right now. I'm sorry, man.
Shit. Holy
So that's Fresh Prince
shit.
of Bel-Air.
Yeah, what is the context of
So
that?
Will takes drugs.
That was
because-
Will takes Adderall. That was Will takes some Adderall to
Yeah,
study.
well, Will was gonna. They were his, but then Carlton ends up taking them, and then he has to go to the hospital.
Oh, because he just panicked. He freaked out.
Honestly, I don't remember what happened specifically, like why he had
Yeah.
to be at the hospital, because it seems like what's going on, Carlton?
Why did Carlton take the pills? That seems like a bad friend thing to do.
You're blaming this on Carlton?
I'm blaming Carlton. He you don't just take. He's like, well, candy. Like he's not a baby. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
I thought it was Motrin, and I took your drugs.
I will say I do think it's rare to see those kinds of drugs in sitcoms. I feel like usually there's an alcohol episode, there's a weed episode, but to see do they ever say the drug, or is it just like speed?
I think it's
type?
just generally like speed.
Yeah, like
Which is
Adderall.
like
They sold
something
that back then. That was like a common thing. It was called
true?
It was called No-Dos.
No-Dos?
Google it.
Oh, but
it was like in the 90s or
was
whatever.
that like over the counter?
Yeah, you could just buy it. It was like it's to like stay. It's like it was like called like diet medication. I don't know how they sold it, but it was like pre-Adderall.
Wow.
They were selling it as like a diet thing.
So this is an over the counter situation we're talking about here, possibly. Not, you don't know, but it could be, is what you're saying.
Very possible. I don't know if they had Adderall in the 90s. I think back then it was like a different thing.
Oh, okay.
I see what you're saying.
I actually did not know that.
I actually had a lot of drug history facts that I learned during the pandemic. That was like my thing.
You got into that?
I got way into it. Yeah.
Wow.
Do you guys have you fucked with Adderall and those types of ADHD type medications?
Yes, I have. They made me a little crazy in college.
Oh yeah, that seems to be a story a lot of people
Like
have.
recreationally?
No, I was taking them to write my thesis. And
okay.
then my thesis got kookier and kookier, and I was just like, yes, this is a great idea. I'll write 100 pages. It'll be the longest thesis they ever read. They can't even finish it.
But it was a good thesis, right?
It was fucking, no, it was retarded, dude. So my thesis in college was about the fall of human civilization.
Holy shit.
And I read some like cool books. And I'm like, I'm gonna write about the fall of human civilization. But then the Adderall, it makes you just like kind of. I wrote a paragraph about the evolution of human skin. And I must have used the word human skin like 6 times in that paragraph.
The thing about human skin is that it's human skin.
It's human skin, and there's all colors of human skin. And then I remember like having my friend like, can you like proofread this for me? And that was like page 2. She's like, the human skin thing at the beginning needs to go.
I would make heavy edits to the
And
human
I got like
skin
I couldn't
portion.
kill my baby yet. I was like, no, that stays. That's important to understand.
Were you talking about the downfall of human civilization as like a prospective future thing, or were you like
In the past?
Yeah, like or in the past. Do you remember, or was it?
I read this book. Now we're going into it. Was
I
by
just
this
kinda
guy
wanna
named
know, yeah.
Oswald Spengler, which different. I learned it got in a history class, right? And he had this theory that like civilizations go in cycles, kind of like a season where they grow and then they peak and then they have a dark winter. And then that's what my paper was about. Was like, if you look at the pattern of history, like where our civilization is like here.
So you were using historical reference to kind of gauge like, oh, it's all going to end
That
soon.
was the idea. It got a little mired
The
down.
Adderall
in some
kinda took it
other
away.
Stuff, yeah.
Did you like, so you stopped taking Adderall after college, or was there like a moment where you were like...
I think it was, it might have been like, it was that semester.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like, I was like when the thesis was over, it was like, this is crazy, dude.
Yeah. I tried it like... I took it like one time,
Oh,
and
it
then
made me
I
freak
did.
out on drugs one time. Yeah.
Oh, when you combined it with other drugs.
Yeah, I had crazy visuals on my eyeballs. And I remember being like, I can't do this.
That's interesting. I never mix any kind of drugs. When I did Adderall, it was like
Not even Pepto-Bismol, dude?
no. Well, maybe that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
liar,
No, I like.
piece of shit.
I tried it and I was like, this. I got a lot done, and then I did it again and I got nothing done, and I was like,
Sometimes
you know what?
just don't do anything.
I think it's just me deciding to do stuff is going to make me productive, not so much this drug. That's what I decided.
Well, do you smoke pot like during the day recreationally, or you're not a big pot guy during the day?
Well, when I'm my best self, I don't smoke during the day. Like
Right, that's
if
a good way to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's obviously I don't want to. If I smoke during the day, I'm not going to really get anything done.
Yeah, I
So-
guess sometimes I'll like you would take Adderall, and then I'll be like, I'm going to focus on smoking weed all day and being very high and like really noticing
really
it all.
focus on this.
Yeah.
Which
Holy shit, I'm so focused.
and then all of a sudden you start writing a thesis about fucking dumb bullshit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I got an A. I did get an A. I think I got an A plus.
So it was a good paper.
But I have a feeling he like didn't read it. He's like, whatever, man. He's like, I'm not reading 100 pages during the summer.
Yeah.
And the guy who read he is dead now.
Wow.
Yeah. So the only person who ever has read it has disappeared from this earth. No one will ever read it again.
Yeah,
You
I guess-
haven't given it to other people, or just other people aren't going to
No,
read it?
if you read that shit, you die. It's a fucking black book.
That's
Holy
the first
shit.
sentence of the thesis is if you read this thesis, you will die.
No. Oh my God. I have to keep reading.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Curse, dog.
Cursed thesis. All right, let's get into the next segment. What do you want to do first? Do we have a lineup? Let's do ranking stuff. Let me go first.
Ranking stuff, we bout to make a list. What's first, what's last? We bout to make you pissed, cause we rank stuff.
All right, dude. Top 3 most annoying tropes in TVs and movies. Here we go. And mainly, I thought of one that I just got so
I'll
annoyed.
throw one out there too.
Let's throw a bunch out.
Okay.
First of all, if I'm watching a rom-com and the only conflict is like a misunderstanding in the third act, that's annoying. And I just want to get that out of the way. Second,
that's classic. That's a classic.
Just a simple misunderstanding where someone could be like, hey, no, it was this.
If you had just explained it.
Yeah. And it's like there wouldn't be a story without that. And it's really interesting if you ever try to like write a screenplay. If you ever try to like write characters being romantic in like a rom-com type thing, there is this thing where you're like, okay, so I want the characters to be like perfect for each other. But then it's like, all right, well then why aren't they just
What's
together?
the problem?
So you literally have to just manufacture bullshit. And as you do that, you're like, oh, this is why like these movies are bad a lot of the time, because it's like there's that 20 minutes in the third act where it's like, what the fuck is this? But I also want to talk about in the first act of these movies, not just rom-coms. Here's a trope what is the trope where there's like the hot guy and the hot girl that we know they're going to get together, and like there's like an earthquake or something, and then the girl falls on the guy.
That's a classic.
You know what they did that in?
Wait.
They did that in everything,
They
dude.
made fun of that in Arrested Development, but where else does that happen?
I mean, it happens in
the movie, the Justice League movie. There was a scene where Flash like saves Wonder Woman, but like lands between her titties and was like, "Oh, excuse me." Yes,
Yeah, it happens in so many movies.
That was the Joss Whedon edition. He's like, "Well, there's no booby pricks."
Was that the Snyder cut?
No, that was the pre-Snyder. That was the one
pre-Snyder
why
cut?
they made the Snyder cut.
That was why.
The only difference was that.
Wow. And black and white.
Yeah, and they made it black and white.
I actually liked the Snyder cut.
I enjoyed it.
I was
I didn't see
surprised.
it.
I was surprised. I thought it would suck, and I was like, "Wow, this is okay. This did make it better."
Did you watch the original?
I
Oh, you
did.
did.
I saw the
Don't
original.
get me on a
theaters.
Snyder rant, boys. Don't get
All
me on
right.
a Snyder
No
rant right
Snyder.
now.
No Snyder rants. Okay, fair enough.
I can rant in favor or against Zack Snyder,
I both
depending
love
on
him
the
and hate
day.
him too. I agree. Well, he did that new Netflix thing, Rebel Moon. Did you see it?
That was trash, right?
It was really bad.
Yeah.
It was really bad. And his trope was just copying other movies, and it was really bad.
Yeah.
But I did kind of watch the entire thing. It was it was kind of a fun hate watch. If you're listening out there, watch it as a hate watch, dude.
You know, it was a good hate watch. Moonfall. Have you guys seen Moonfall?
It's all these like fucking goofy ass Moonfire.
Do you know what happens in Moonfall?
Does the moon fall?
The moon
yeah,
falls.
that was like by the guy who did Independence Day.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it
Holy
was.
shit,
Right?
That's sad because
just
Independence
gone
Day
down,
is
down,
really
down.
This
so
summer,
fucking
the
day, dude.
moon is falling from the sky.
Is the moon getting bigger?
Get out of here!
We got to do something about this moon.
Get out of here, scientists.
This summer, we will blow up the moon. Cause once in a lifetime, moonfall.
How many missiles is it going to take? All of them.
We have to kill the moon.
It's funny that we're making a fake trailer about a movie that already exists.
No,
That
they
is
really
a
made
parody
it.
of itself,
They
right?
did. They
By
really
the way,
made it.
worth the watch.
Okay.
If
Good hate watch, right?
Yeah, because it's bad in a funny way. Halle Berry is a bad actress. I don't know if that's a hot take, but she's not good.
What was she? I don't know what
She's
else
in
she's been.
Catwoman.
She won an Oscar, I think, and she was like, I can't believe I'm paving the way for black women. And Whoopi Goldberg was like, I guess I'll go fuck myself. Then.
Wow.
Don't fact check me on that.
Okay, yeah. I actually don't know any movies that she's in besides Catwoman. Which
She was in Swordfish. I
Only
think.
Catwoman came to mind, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought I mixed it up. Honestly,
The Flintstones.
She's in the Flintstones?
Yeah, dude. She's the bad bitch in the Flintstone.
Somebody
live
is-
action Flintstone.
Yeah, you've seen that?
No, I just.
Whoa, John Goodman?
I know Jack Goodman is in it.
It's not good.
It's not good.
I mean,
he's bad, man.
I think it might be fine.
I feel in my heart that somebody could be listening or watching this right now with like a really good Halle Berry performance in their head that they saw in a movie, and they're
If you have a
screaming
good Halle
it.
Berry
They're
performance in your mind,
screaming it
leave
like-
it in the comments
Yeah.
down below. Leave it in the comments.
You know what? Text me 610-836-1783. Let me know what you think about Halle
You
Berry.
guys have a number?
It's my phone number.
That's his real phone number.
I'm on a family plan, dude.
Oh,
I don't
nice.
give a shit about it, dude.
Hell yeah. Hell
Dox
yeah.
me, dude. It's gonna happen.
By the way, that trope of the girl falling on the guy, it happens in the first episode of Girl Meets World. So I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of sitcom tropes.
I think when I saw it in Girl Meets World is when I realized that I'm very sick of seeing it. Oh, you know what? It probably also happened in like Jurassic World with Chris Pratt and whatever the other woman is. Like it literally happened. It's amazing how many times that trope happens. There's whoa, and then the girl falls on the guy, and then they look at each other for a moment, and then they're like, whoa, and then
that's
they get
how
off.
I lost my virginity.
Really?
Yeah. Remember the first earthquake in Philadelphia?
Yeah. You saw a girl landed on you, and you guys had a moment, and then you were like, whoa.
Technically, it was my hand, but that is the first time I jerked off. So.
I studied abroad in Thailand, and I almost banged a lady boy, and she was doing that trick. She fell on me, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Wow.
Wait, is that why you banged her? Because she did that move?
No, I almost did, and that's how she approached me. Then it was just off to the races after that. But we didn't bang.
A couple questions. Did you not bang because she was a lady boy, or why did you not bang? Did you find out she was a ladyboy and you're like, oh shit, or were you just like, she was a ladyboy the whole time, and then you're like, oh shit, okay.
I'm at a club in Thailand,
yeah,
and this beautiful woman falls on me, and I'm like, what the hell? Wow! And then I put her back up with her friends, and she falls on me again, and I'm like, who is this lady? You know? And then she pulls me into her friend group, and they're like, and they just start talking to me and blah blah blah, and then I'm like, I think I'm gonna bang this chick. And then her friend is like, they're also saying stuff to me in Thai, and I'm just agreeing.
And you're just looking at him like.
In Thailand, they love Americans. This has happened before. Where like you'll be an American at a club, and they're like, "Come hang out with us." Like they're like, "We're hanging out with an American tonight." It's like funny for them.
Right. That's cool.
But so I thought that was happening. But then this lady, she was like, "This is my fucking friend. Are you gonna take her home tonight?" And I was like, all right. But then my friend pointed out that she was a lady boy.
Okay.
And I left.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Would you do the same?
Honestly, I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
She did add me on Facebook. I still have her on Facebook.
Yeah,
to this
dude. Did you tell her to come to a friendly show, dude? That'd be so fucking good, man.
Every year she likes my mom's happy birthday on my Facebook.
No, she doesn't.
Wow. She does. I swear to Chris.
Wow.
Well, I was like, your friend from
Do you remember her? What's their name?
It's Punta Rica.
Fucking shout out to Punta Rica, dude. Can we send her this pod, dude? I bet you she'll fucking tune in.
I'm trying to get Punta Rica to listen to my podcast.
Yeah.
I really am.
Why is that a thing in Thailand so much?
The surgery down there is really good. They have like amazing. They're like notoriously good plastic surgery, like renowned. Like people go from all over. Everyone tells you. Like,
is it cheap too? I'm assuming it's
comparatively
cheaper.
Maybe. I mean,
they probably have less regulation on it.
If you had to have one plastic surgery, what would it be?
Oh, great question.
Wow.
And it's not like you have to have it. It's not like, it's not like
Yeah, no, I get you. What are you self-conscious about that you would get fixed in a plastic surgery?
Ideally, I don't think I would ever get plastic surgery just because of like the fear of something going wrong or something like that. But if someone's like, you have to or else, whatever.
Do you count hair plugs?
Plugs?
Yeah, that would be
let's not count hair plugs.
Actually, because that's the one I would choose. And
you know what? Now that you said I would never do plastic surgery, I would absolutely get hair plugs in a second.
Yeah. A friend of mine got him. They work. He got helping get pussy again in his 30s.
I can't. I like my hair. I just like it for me personally.
So my number 2 answer is big double D titties.
Yeah.
Or big boobies.
You can feel them.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you were with big titties, you could open up an OnlyFans, no problem.
Probably get booked more too.
Yeah. No doubt.
You seen this guy with the fucking huge rack?
Shit. Answer 1, hair. Answer 2, big tits. Answer 3, my nose, maybe, but I'm fine with my nose now. You know
what I would really...
It's got like a little bit of a, one of those.
I mean this sincerely and not as a joke.
Yeah.
I have no ass.
Oh, yeah?
And I feel like if I had a soft butt, I would be more comfortable.
You'd be Georgie BBL. You
and
get a BBL?
I don't even necessarily need a big ass.
Not for like visual reasons.
I just want... Yes. Dude,
for just being able to sit.
If I have to sit on a stool, dude.
Yeah.
You're right.
I hate it, dude. I hate it. When I used to sit on the stools, the grape room sometimes, just like my
bones.
Yeah, I'm touching bone.
Your bones are literally on. All of your weight is just on bone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess answer 3 BBL.
Answer 3 BBL.
A taste
hair.
of BBL.
Hair, BBL,
ass.
and then nose. You said
nose
maybe
would be one.
You know,
I would never actually do it.
You know the woman from Dirty Dancing?
Yeah.
Do you know Dirty Dancing?
No.
No. She was also Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The sister.
Yeah.
She got a nose job after people were like, "You should get a nose job," and then she stopped getting roles because she just looked like every other woman.
Wow. That's interesting.
And it had kind of a nice nose. I like a nice nose.
I like a nice normal, like a nice, not normal, like abnormal nose, something that looks different than,
Yeah, there's that, like, they can make surgery face good, but, it still kind of looks like that kind of stereotypical Kardashian look.
At a certain point, if your face just matches everybody else, then it's actually not as cool.
Dude, if you get rich in a second, you're just gonna be all big fake patches.
Oh my god, dude!
I'm God.
Those fake synthol arms.
Big fake arms. I want big biceps.
Dude, I'm a fucking YouTube partner next week, baby.
Just like fake neck. Forehead. I need a bigger
YouTube video. Yeah. Oh man.
There's a Chuck Palahniuk book, Survivor, where a character kind of loses his mind and he just gets big fake implanted muscles and just becomes a big muscle man.
Real hot, right?
Yeah, that should be you.
Interesting. Implanted muscles sounds like a terrible idea because
Fake muscle,
they don't
man.
make you actually stronger, right?
Yeah,
some people want you to lift stuff for them, and you're like,
jelly, dude.
oh no, this is all fake. That would be just the amount of people you have to disappoint on a daily basis with your inability to lift things.
I'm just a big jelly man. I actually know this is functional.
It's literally SpongeBob.
You knew that mirror in the hallway? Did you see it?
No, I did not. Maybe I did.
It's a big mirror. It's at the end of this hallway right here, and it's heavy as shit. And we had a really hard time putting it up. And I remember we were putting it up, and we almost gave up on it. And at one point, Jules was just like, "Yeah, I just kind of wish I was stronger." And I was like, "Are you telling me you wish I was stronger, dude?" You know what? We need to talk about this, Jules, because I haven't talked to you about this.
she's gonna listen.
There's
She's here right now.
Is Jules here? All right.
Dude, the next time you gotta move, you gotta get that boy Connor Lutz involved, baby. Connor Lutz on a helping move situation, massively helpful. That dude is like fucking the Hulk, dog.
he's a large man.
I can see him lifting a fridge.
Dude, like the thing that you're imagining, he would do it with one hand. You'd be like, what the hell, man? Like he's crazy strong. I've seen him one hand couches and shit.
Don't tell Jules. Don't tell
Don't tell my girlfriend.
Well, Jake, I think you got some childhood stories for us.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. He's got a little script.
No, I did. I didn't know how many I needed. I thought the whole episode was going to be childhood stories. So
I'm sorry.
I'll chime
brought a
in with
bunch.
some. Yeah, hit us with them.
So I got molested when I was 8 years old. No, I'm just kidding. It's a little joke I wanted to play on you guys.
Because for these clips, I'm doing AI generated images, so that's going to be a good one.
I thought I was going to just ruin your podcast from the jump. I just be
dude.
seriously, I was molested, and I want to talk about that here.
This isn't a comedy podcast.
This is the platform for that. No. I was when I was brainstorming childhood stuff. I realized my cutoff was 26. That's what a man child I am. I was thinking of stories. I'm like, that was college, dude. You're not a kid.
Yeah.
You want childhood stories, right?
From a kid.
Stories from a kid, dude.
Up to, I would say up to
I'd say up to
15,
college.
16. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, even high school.
That's the problem with our generation, dude. We're all 30 and we still are just children.
Yeah.
We love.
Yeah.
I'm a child. I was thinking of stories from 2 years ago, dude. No, but so these are the two ones. I got the first big laugh that I can remember getting, where I got a gigantic funny laugh.
I remember my big first laugh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna show. I'll
it.
share mine. So 7th grade English class, Holocaust lesson, right? So we had a very long Holocaust month. We're reading Anne Frank, and the opening of the class is we're gonna each go around the room and we're each gonna share one thing we know about the Holocaust. Right?
Okay.
And
this setup is perfect.
It's just so it's so somber. You know what I mean? And it's 30 kids, you know what I mean? And it comes to me. And I'm like, I don't want to repeat one. And I fucking have mine's locked in, dude. Comes to me, I'm like, Hitler only had one ball. And I fucking knocked the socks off. The teacher was the teachers lost it. And I remember
And that just for the record, that's not true.
It's also like
you were just
probably not true.
In the moment you were just saying that to be funny. There was no like.
Wait. No, I think there is a rumor that it is. I don't know if it's true, but I think that was a thing.
There is a rumor, and my dad. Like, if I had to blame somebody for telling me, I'm like, that's my dad. Like, I didn't want. It was either my dad or like some History Channel doc.
I see.
But
I see. So it didn't come from nowhere.
Yeah, and
it was an urban legend, but yes, it was like not a thing you made up.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'd heard it before, and they're like going around the room. They're doing all the big ones. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, and you're like, oh fuck, what else is left? You know?
Yeah.
Which is funny because like I guess Hitler is, part of the Holocaust, but it's not really a
It's
Holocaust.
not really. It's a Holocaust, really.
Because I guess you there's no way you could make a funny Holocaust fact.
I'm sure you can dig.
We'll
it.
have to.
Don't fucking challenge me. But yeah, and 20 years later, still to this day, I just only talk about balls.
You still think back on that moment.
Ball jokes always good, dude.
Yeah,
always good on ball jokes.
That beautiful moment where you got the whole class laugh. I actually have a similar.
Let's hear it.
This was in college. Just like getting the class to laugh kind of story. It was a history class, and the teacher was like, all right, USA and Russia never fought during the Cold War, but we fought proxy wars. So what were the proxy wars? South Korea, North Korea, Vietnam. And then I called out Rocky versus Ivan Drago.
Classic.
Nice.
Killed it.
This is at Temple?
This was at Temple, yeah. Everyone laughed.
Rock
The
and
teacher
roll.
laughed. We were all
Wait,
like...
did you not ever like call out
we
in
were like,
high school?
this fucking rules. Dude. They were like, this guy Scott is awesome.
This guy's gonna be a partner on YouTube one day.
In high school, it depended on the class.
Okay.
I was not like outwardly the class clown. I was the class clown in a much more subtle way.
Yeah.
Clown with your friends.
Yeah, only like there were only a couple classes where like I started to get to know the teacher, and the teacher was funny, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this teacher to laugh, kind of thing. That's when I would be like, all right, this class I'm gonna call out stuff. But generally, I was not like obnoxious in class. I wanted the teacher to like me.
I got another one. Do you want to do yours, Georgie?
No, go for it.
This is another big high school. This is in high school.
Okay.
I did. We had this crazy teacher, Miss Burton, right? And she was like a kooky math teacher.
Describe her physically.
She's like a bird with a fat ass. Like,
Oh, well, yeah.
so whatever you're imagining is like probably it. So she's,
I'm gonna take this away.
It's
from this
crazy
guy.
how much America
No, I like
applies
it.
to
Keep
everything.
it. Don't take it away. Don't let him take it. And we were talking about like the school, like she was going to chaperone. She's like, I'm going to chaperone the school dance. And do you remember grinding when grinding was in? And I was like, hey, Miss Burton, you want to grind at the school dance? And she was just like, that is so, but like it caused such a ruckus, and she was trying to like settle it down and yell at me, but it just wasn't working.
Yeah.
And she's like, after class, meet in the hallway after class. It was one of those.
Did she chortle a lot at all? Was she like laughing?
She
a little?
thought it was very inappropriate, but everyone was like losing it. And then after class, she was like, that was inappropriate.
After
Like,
class,
I remember
she
being
put
like,
on some music and was like, let's do it.
she was like, you can't joke like that.
No, it makes sense. In retrospect, doesn't it make sense that she would react that way?
Oh yeah, that's
You were a
just
minor.
You absolutely have to nip that in the bud.
Yeah.
100%.
She cannot entertain
You
that.
cannot even
for-
laugh at that.
Yeah.
Even if that's honestly, she might have wanted to laugh.
She might have wanted to do it.
Yeah.
She
I
might have
was
wanted
such
to
a
bang
bad
you.
boy in high school. I actually in certain classes I was like a little bit of a clown.
Was she hot though?
No.
Oh.
No. There was. I remember. In English class.
Did you guys have any hot teachers? I think all the hot teachers at my school were like dudes that girls thought were hot.
We had a hot in
Like
seventh.
guy teachers.
You only had
Not
hot
me.
guy
I
teachers.
never
You're
thought they were.
gay.
I never thought they were hot. I never thought they were hot at all.
In 6th or 7th grade, we had but it was never like distracting. Like, oh my gosh, she's so hot. But it was like I can recognize it.
What school did you go to?
That was so in like Lineville Middle School.
Okay, I went to Euclid Hills.
Yeah, well, middle school though. Lineville.
Oh, I
Middle
still
School.
went.
My high
Oh wait,
school-
who in Lineville
And
Middle
then,
School?
I don't even remember her name. Just my
Nice.
math teacher.
Nice. Hell yeah, dude.
Dude, we had hot teachers at Seymour High School, but they taught all the dumb kid classes. So all the dummies got to stare at the hotties. I
That's kinda bullshit.
was smart. I had to look at the uggos.
That's honestly how it is still in adult life. You know what I mean? When you're smart.
Just get
Anyway,
hot ass
I don't know what I'm
teachers.
saying.
It was definitely never distracting or anything. Wait, did you have a childhood
first-
story?
first big laugh.
Yeah, first laugh. You
Oh,
ever
I don't
got?
honestly. I just remember the moment. I don't remember exactly what I said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not a fun story.
Wait, can I share my others? This is my pairing story with that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, go
which
for
is
it.
the classic Jakey move. This is my first childhood joke that was interpreted poorly and then made people mad at me.
Oh,
which
nice.
often also, which is the opposite of a good joke, which is misunderstood it and followed by anger. Right?
Oh shit! I think I remember that one.
Yeah.
I was like we were getting a dumpster. It was like, I'm like 8 years old. I'm in the back of the car, right? We're driving, and my dad's explaining how we're getting a dumpster to we're like emptying out like the garage or whatever. We're gonna fill up the dumpster, and I had like recently learned that like dump is a word for poop.
Yeah.
So he's explaining like, this summer we're gonna fill up the dumpster, and I was like, yeah, you could do that all by yourself, thinking. With your big man poops, I was like, you're. In my head, I was making a poop joke.
The poop aspect.
And he's
felt
like, you're going to
implied.
help me with the summer project? And I'm like, yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
But in my head, I was like, yeah, you could fill that dumpster with your dumps.
Did you explain that to him?
No, but the vibe of the car changed. The vibe of the car changed immediately.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just made a funny poop joke. I just learned that word. And he's just anger in the car. And I remember this like later just being like, no, I meant it like that. And him being just like, fucking whatever. Like he's like after he's like
that doesn't really
I'm
help.
still gonna be mad at you, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm still doing this with anger.
Yeah.
Honestly, good joke.
I mean,
Just learning the word
I
dump and
understand.
being like, that's good.
It sounded like you were just like, I'm not going to help you.
Yeah, no, I meant like he would fill it with poop.
Yeah.
My dad also notoriously big pooper.
Yeah,
I
IBS
fill
guy?
the bowl. Yeah,
Hell yeah, let's go.
big stinkers. My dad.
One time I did something like that. We went to Disney World, and we went on a road trip. And when we came back, I guess I'd forgot to flush the toilet in the guest bedroom, so it was just like pee in there that had like stank up the toilet. And my dad was just like, "Oh, if you don't learn how to flush the toilet, I'm gonna build you an outhouse." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds really cool." And then my dad got the angriest I think he's ever gotten at me over that innocuous shit. And I think partially due is just like I just drove fucking 40 hours from Disney World.
Yeah.
And this kid just tried to make a fucking joke after he left his piss all over the place.
Also, like he told you something, and you were like, "Yeah, do it."
Yeah.
Do it then.
You won't.
Yeah,
You won't.
seriously, I would be
It was
so mad
just
too.
it was just so funny because like in my mind it was so like minor, and I don't know if I've ever seen him that like he didn't hit me or
Also,
anything,
again,
but he
toilet
was
humor. You're
yeah.
like, that's funny.
That's a
Like,
fun
yeah, you
poop.
should build me an
Give me
outhouse.
I'll go out
You're
there.
like, I would use
Take
it.
a little. I got so this is the childhood story I was going to present. So another time, the first time I was at Disney World, we were going to go on Space Mountain, and my mom's like, "The line's really long. Do you need to go to the bathroom? Do you need to pee before we go on Space Mountain?" No. And I was like, "No, I'm good." Cut to like an hour later, we're in the middle of the line. I'm like, "Mom, I have to pee," and she's like, "We're fucking here."
Yeah, no.
And so eventually, like, I just had to pee. So she made me pee in a cup
Brad.
in line.
That Disney World, they're making children take out their little baby dicks in line.
My
and
mom,
piss.
not Disney, not Walt Disney or anything.
Everyone in line's doing this. They're all.
And I peed in this fucking cup, and they did the like, you know, when like NFL players pee on the sidelines, they like block them off. They did that for me, and then they just left the fucking cup of pee in
Just left it
on
there.
the ground.
Just left it to some guy in a Mickey Mouse
And
costume.
now
You're like,
I don't think I've ever been as ashamed in myself. And thinking back, like what like gross behavior,
public urination.
and like what
Baby public urination.
Yeah, my little ding-a-ling was out, dude. Some fucking pervert could have been taking pictures.
I wonder if, like, say you could magically track down every Disney employee there ever was. I wonder if there's an employee somewhere that remembers
The cup of pee.
this specific cup of pee, or if they're just like, nah, that happens all the time.
And well, also just like
Probably
I
like
feel like
once
you
a
wouldn't be
month,
able you
at
wouldn't be
least.
able to tell that it was a cup of pee.
Yeah, but you'd pick up the cup and be like, what is this?
Yeah.
It seems like pee.
Some magical apple juice.
Looks like you're holding the mic for the rest of the
would
day.
I be able to use this technical difficulty as a urination excuse?
Yeah, that's perfectly
Do
fine.
it.
I'll be right back in 1 second.
And we're back.
We're back, ladies.
I'm Scott Bigos. I'm here with George Mills and Jake Lipinsky. Let's get back into the show.
All right. So I think
felt like you were about to actually tell a childhood, or did
I finished it. Pretty
Oh
much.
yeah, right. We were talking about the Disney thing, and let's see. Was there another childhood story? Did you have another childhood story? I was thinking about what was another early laugh that I got? You know, my mom told me about the first time that I ever did something funny. I don't remember this, but she asked me to come into the room, and I said, "I'll be there shortly." And then I came into the room like crouched down, like I was making myself
That's
shorter.
a classic Bigos
And you know
bit.
what? That's pretty solid.
Classic Bigos bit.
Like, honestly, I'm as an adult, I can look at that and be pretty proud of it.
I do. Can I? That is a good one.
That's not bad.
I love. I have. That reminds me of an April Fool's prank I did.
Do it.
Which is just a classic one. Like my mom's like, she would drive me to school, and she's like, "Are you ready for school?" Came down with no pants on, shoes and everything, backpack on.
You know what's funny? I still do that to this day. I'll come out of the
never
shower
bad.
with no clothes on. I'll be like, I'm on my way to work, Jules. I'm out of here.
Oh,
It's bring your little ding dong to work day.
Little Donald Duck in it bit. I love a little Donald Duck.
Oh yeah,
bit.
t-shirt, no fucking pants, no underwear. That's great, dude.
Nothing is sexier than me in just a t-shirt, in a big XL t-shirt with nothing else.
is that generally attributed to Donald Duck?
I would also call it Winnie
Winnie the
in it.
Pooh. I was gonna say.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. A lot of cartoon characters, honestly.
Name one more.
The Darkwing Duck.
Okay. You got me. I
Is
challenged
Darkwing
you.
in the room? Do you have Darkwing around?
You don't know who Darkwing Duck is?
No, I was just saying. But if you, I thought you were. I thought you just pointed
I
to
see what
one.
you're
Like
saying.
that was
That'd
like
be great. I
I
should
love a
get a
good
Darkwing
Darkwing
Duck.
Duck.
Okay.
Darkwing rips.
Yeah, Darkwing Duck's
It's like Donald Duck, but if you use Batman, that's cool.
badass.
This is so I talked to I was literally on the phone with my mother before I came here. I was like, "What's a good childhood story?" And we had the same one, which is as a child. And I was talking to my parents about this recently. Had a very hard time learning how to ride a bike.
Really?
Yeah, I was a big baby about it, which was like I kind of made like a
Because
big,
you were scared, or
yeah, I was scared about falling. I was
did you
scared
get
about
training wheels? You get your parents have those?
Well, I had training wheels as a kid.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was 7 and they're like, and it was
time.
the first night of summer break out of all things. It was school ended and they're like, we're going to get you a bike. Because all the kids in my neighborhood would bike.
Yeah.
And then I remember being like, I'll try to learn on the ground. Like it was the night of summer break. Summer break's eve, you might say. And
You might. You probably
like,
wouldn't.
And I was
You
like,
might.
how about I start? Because we had like a front yard. I'm like, let me start on the grass. So if I fall, it will be softer. But it's harder to bike on grass, right? So the whole night just fucking falling
on the grass.
And my parents getting like madder and madder at me. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And then as the next day, they're like, well, tomorrow you're going to wake up first thing and learn how to ride the bike. And
Did you?
me being like, no, I'm kind of over biking. I don't really care to learn anymore. And then but like, but there's like, what kind of bad parents would they be if they didn't make me get back on the
They
bike?
have to make you.
literally.
This is a
That's what the
parenting moment.
metaphor. There's a metaphor about it.
And they're like,
What
"You have
do
to."
we
And I was
do
like,
when we fall?
But dude, I was such a quirky kid. I would get scared about falling, and they would be just like, "Put your legs down and stop you." But I would leap off the bike, and I just all day was just getting mangled by the bike.
Wow.
I was getting,
Because you were jumping off
I'm
of
like
it.
fully padded because I'm so scared about falling. I've got elbow and knee pads,
Now-
and I'm just getting fucked up by the bike.
When you were trying in the grass the night before,
Mm-hmm.
or just in general, were you trying by yourself, or did you have a parent out there
My
pushing
parents
you?
were out there screaming at my face.
But normally a parent would like push you.
Well, no,
and
because
then let
they
go,
couldn't
right?
because Jake insisted on being on the grass.
I was kind of quirky. I definitely made it difficult.
Yeah.
And then also like I remember them yelling at me. But I must have been so annoying. I joke that they were probably screaming at me. But,
Yeah.
And I remember eventually, I think I got it the next day. I think the story that they just told me on the phone was that I like went and like
Did it on
learned
your
with
own?
my friends
Yeah.
later or some shit. But I
Right.
think I like figured it out that day and it was like enough.
Yeah.
But the bike has always been traumatic for me. I hate bikes, man. I'm never gonna get on a bike. I hate bikes.
Wow.
I have a funny story related to that. I was a really big baby about swallowing pills.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's weird.
Yeah.
So my parents are like, dude, you're gonna have to do this because eventually, like, they can't have pills or they can't have like
The syrup.
the syrup
Yeah.
for certain things. And I was like, all right, well, let me practice with some other things. And I was like, I'll practice, ironically enough, or coincidentally enough, with a Cheeto.
With Cheetos.
So I broke off a little piece of Cheeto and swallowed that, which I don't know if you guys know is a lot rougher than a very smooth pill.
That would be very difficult.
So I had a bad time doing that. And I was like, no, the pill's going to hurt. And my parents were like, you're fucking dumb, dude. We told you not to do the Cheeto.
Dude, I have a similar but different story, which is almost just the exact same thing that happened with the bike happened with taking pills as a kid. I would get strep throat as a kid, and I got strep throat, and I had to take a pill for it this time.
And you're just like freaking out about it.
And I was freaking out, and I was like, I'm not going to take it. And they're like, you're going to get sicker. You have to take it. And I'm like, I'm not fucking taking it. And I was like, I'm going to eat it. They're like, if you eat it, it tastes bad. Right?
Yeah.
I just remember having a full screaming meltdown.
Taking pills is very difficult. And I want to also just throw in a story about our friend Pat, pretzel nuggets are like this big.
They're large.
How Hers pretzel nuggets?
Yeah,
Are you familiar?
I have some in my fridge
I once
right now.
saw this man. He was swallowing them whole to eat them, and it wasn't like, hey, look what I can do. It was like, this is how I eat pretzel nuggets.
It's better if you chew it, dog.
He also used to fold pancakes in half and eat them like in one bite.
I swear to God, one time he brought a baggie.
Talking about right now?
I swear to God, one time he brought a baggie of bacon to my house and ate the bacon and then started eating the bag because it tasted like bacon.
There was always that kid who was like, I like eating paper. And then just over the course of a day would eat a ton of paper, you know?
One time in high school. Okay, so in high school, this is a childhood story. In high school, my friend Kyle used to pay me single dollars to do things to people because I had no shame.
Classic.
I had no shame.
That's poor kid. That's a classic poor kid move. Is to do stuff for $1.
Yeah. So I did a couple things, but one that the eating paper reminded me of is I just sat at a random lunch table where they were like doing homework, and I just took a piece of their paper and just bit it and just ate it in front of them, and then just got up and walked away.
Classic.
And that was just one. Let me do two others. So another time,
you're telling me you weren't the class clown? You were the weird kid. You were took a bite. That kid took him a bite of my test in second grade.
Yeah. Things that I did for a single dollar bill. You remember when girls would show up at high school with like balloons because it was their birthday?
Yeah.
I went up to a lunch table of girls and I went, you think people care that it's your birthday? I got news for you. Nobody cares, all right? Nobody. And I just remember
for $1?
I just
for $1, yeah.
Someone told you to do that for $1?
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
I just remember the voices of one of the girls going, Scott!
That's so mean.
It was, in retrospect, it was pretty mean. And there was a third one that's also kind of mean. It was, we were talking about this girl. I don't know, maybe you bleep her name. I'll say her name right now because it's kind of important. Amy Drinkwater was her name. And we were talking about her, and Kyle was like, I'll give you $1 to stand up, point at her, and say, that's Amy Drinkwater. That's who we're talking about right now. That's Amy Drinkwater. And I did that.
Was that someone that like was friendly with your friend group, or not enough?
Not like, there was no relationship really at all. She was just another girl in our school.
I just awoke in one that was me, Jakey being a little too mean at lunch one time. So I was there with my high school girlfriend who was like a soccer player. And a fucking cheerleader came over and was mad at her about something and was trying to like rip on my girlfriend. And I very quickly was just like, yeah, shut up, Karen. Everyone thinks you're like a whore. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's like, too far. And it's like, yeah, your parents, what, are your parents getting divorced? Like, oh, like I just said something like really mean.
It's funny because now that almost feels like so tame and not anything, you know, but in high school that hits hard.
Yeah, but like the only girl that got gangbanged, you know, comes to your table. You're like, I'm not holding back.
I think I once told Amanda James, whose grandfather invented the slinky, by the way,
very cool.
On the bus on the way home from school, just as like a weird, like we were like, you know, like weird risen, like tease shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, you probably fuck your own mom. And then she started crying.
Wow.
And then she told the bus driver that I told her that she fucked her. She said, he said that I fuck my own mother. That's how she said it.
Wow.
And I was sad.
But dude, I bet that bus driver had a good chuckle at home with her family.
She's like,
It's the best thing.
You know Amanda James?
Yeah. The bus driver's like, all right, get behind the line. Nobody gives a shit.
I feel really bad about that. Amanda, if you're out there, give me a text, 610-836-1783.
Yeah.
You can set the record straight.
I only regret there was this other girl, Sam, who allegedly cheated on the 5th grade spelling bee. I did not go to the same elementary school as her.
But you knew she had the
But somebody
reputation of being a
told me.
liar. Yeah.
So somebody told me, oh, she cheated on the 5th grade spelling bee. It was a whole scandal. So I thought it would be really funny if I just ran up to her and started screaming, cheater, that trophy should be mine. And I had my friends like holding me back, like pretending to hold me back. And she did not think it was funny at all. Apparently, the accusations of her cheating back in 5th grade were like very traumatic for her.
She got triggered.
Well, she didn't like.
Well, she was a little fucking cheater. Maybe it's good that she's traumatic.
She probably
don't
cheated.
cheat again.
Apparently, her parents were mouthing the letters from the back.
That's so funny.
And yeah, in retrospect, I looked back on it and I was like, I don't know. Sometimes
That's your parents doing it. Yeah, that's the parents' fault.
Here's the thing. In high school, maybe like when I was in high school, I didn't realize, that everyone is sort of insecure and you don't really have empathy for that. You're sort of just out for your own survival. And then later in life, I'm like, oh, you know what? She probably had the whole list of insecurities, and maybe me coming up to her while she's working at the school store and screaming, cheater, cheater, cheater. While my friends hold me back, I can see how that can be taken as bullying. And
comedy is all about pushing boundaries.
That's right.
Pushing the lines.
That's true. I pushed a lot of lines, but I just want to say, Sam, I apologize for that.
Speaking of
Your apologies for all your misdoings.
Yeah.
Speaking of insecure people, I want to talk about something. You guys know those like Alpha Male Bootcamps? Have you been hearing about this?
No, I haven't.
Wow. Okay.
Is that like Andrew Tate School? Is that what he offers?
Sort of, it's like, well, yeah,
Close.
Yeah, it's basically like people pay upwards of $18,000 to go learn how to be a man and reclaim their masculinity.
That sounds to me a lot like Philadelphia comedy colleges. No, I'm just kidding. Boom, cut that out. No.
Wow. All right, I'm just gonna play like a real quick clip from one of these.
60% you will not be here on Friday. I will make sure of it. You will earn the fucking right to be here on fucking Friday night. I will cut this fucking thing off my head before I let any one of you little bitches make it to that dinner table that don't fucking deserve the right to be here. I'll fucking make sure of it. I'm weeding out the fucking bitches.
So that's like
That's
30
so-
dudes
I'm
that
already
paid
obsessed with whatever this is.
$18,000. So I thought a fun idea would be to brainstorm products for insecure men.
Brainstorm.
Yo, it's also products, so it could technically
Products.
be new inventions, but
Brainstorm.
Both.
Products, inventions.
yeah.
Yeah, it could be services.
You just need a
Brainstorm.
prompt, really.
Yeah,
Just
that's
whatever
right,
the
sure.
prompt is. It could all be.
Yeah.
So my idea, you guys remember Warheads candies?
Yeah.
My ideas was apocalypse lozenges. And these are very sour candies for tough men that prove how tough you are. You don't know Warheads?
What's a lozenge?
Lozenge?
Lozenge.
It's like a Halls, like a...
Yeah, you never heard that word?
No, I've never heard that word.
Like cough drop,
I know
like
what a
cough
Halls is.
drop. Like
Okay,
a
a cough shop.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. So these are
Lozenge.
So these are
It's kind of an old purple word, yeah.
sour candies that cost $500 a piece that are so sour that other people feel the sour taste in their mouths, so they know that you have it,
Oh.
and it tastes really fucking bad.
Yeah.
So this is something we have to sell to men.
Yeah.
Preying on the insecurities of men.
Yeah. And I just remember like back in like when you were little, you would like eat a lot of Warheads to see how tough you were. You know what I mean? And this has the increased benefit of also being a status thing because it costs $500 a lozenge.
For grown-ups.
It's for
Rich
big boys.
grown-ups.
It's for big boys. Yeah.
I wonder if girls. I would love to talk to a bunch of.
Alpha females.
I would love to talk to a bunch of girls in 5th grade.
Okay.
And ask them, like, let's say the boy in your class ate like 10 warheads.
12 warheads.
Does that do anything for you? Is that interesting?
Yeah, that's why I got.
Did the girls in elementary school think that the fastest kid was like? Did they really like that, or was that
I think
something
they
that the
did
boys?
because that's women love to see men compete.
I feel like-
I'm Andrew Tating right now. Like,
Okay.
Do you want to know the difference between?
I feel like in elementary
Boys and
school,
girls.
the popular boys were the ones that got good grades and were good at
Were fast.
intramurals.
Yeah. basically were
I feel like the
fast at
sports
that
kids
level.
were popular.
Yeah.
Sports kids were popular.
Yeah.
Doing sports is cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else was popular.
But you
in
know,
elementary school.
this is what alpha females do. This is what like a young girl would like. Boys compete. Like I could do the most of this. Girls, she's like, I'm gonna make a list of my 10 favorite people, and you're not on it. You know what I mean? Like that's how they can. They're like, actually, I just made a club.
Yeah.
Over here's the club. Oh, can I come? No,
No.
you're
It's
not
a
on the
social
list.
game. It's
yeah,
a social.
That's an alpha female.
That's
Damn.
an alpha female move is to make a list and you're not on it.
Oh,
Whereas guys go
damn.
like, I could do more than you.
You know, I've never heard it. I've never heard it summed up so perfectly like that.
Jakey has Andrew Tate school coming, dude. I'm gonna learn the difference between men and women.
Just the sentence, I made a list and you're not on it.
Yeah.
There's a lot in that.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Girls always be doing that. Or like,
Yeah.
it's
I
like
mean, a lot of
club.
people do it, but I think like in just like the way that girls compete in sports also, but like it's definitely more of a male thing to be
list.
competitive in sports, and it's definitely more of a girl thing to be I made a list and you're not on it.
I made a list.
Yeah.
I made it my own club. Oh, can I be in the club? No, we're closed. Yes, we're
We
closed.
just finished. Kind of exclusive.
We just finished
We just finished doing the club.
doing what we do, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more signups. You missed the deadline. I didn't. Nobody told you.
You know that that clip of the guy was like, "I will cut this tattoo out of if the grape room ever gets going again." Silas should make that same speech at the beginning.
Yeah.
Of the mic.
They actually, speaking of those Alpha Male Bootcamps, though, I saw some intel about them, and apparently they were like selling therapy. You know, so they bring you in. They're like, we're going to have you trained by a Navy SEAL. And then when they get there, they're like, okay, how about you all journal for an hour?
But they also do shit like that.
They also have this man yell at you. But that's what we need to do.
Oh, dude, you know, at my job, literally next week, I'm fucking. So I work at a concert venue, so I see like all the concerts that come to town. Jordan Peterson's coming to town next week.
Oh, yeah?
I get to see the Peter Man in person.
Holy shit. Fucking Kermit in the flesh.
It's Jordan B. Peterson here.
Yeah, you're
fucking red-pilled Kermit,
You're
dude.
definitely doing more Kermit than Jordan Peterson.
No. To be fair, Jordan Peterson sounds like fucking
Clean
Kermit.
your damn room, bucko. That's Jordan B. Peterson.
Oh, yeah, it's good. It's
I got
good.
it. I
We
got
just need
Peterson.
stuff to say. We just need stuff to say. Yeah. What does he say?
I cannot wait to see the crowd. I can't wait to see the Peter heads there. There's like now. I want a picture with him so bad, like an ironic Peterson picture.
You know that he's wearing lacy panties underneath his fucking suit, dude. He's wearing fucking garter and fucking.
I like to tuck my dick between my legs, bucko.
God damn it.
Little pretty girl. You need to add to your soundboard an AI voice of Jordan Peterson saying, "I'm a little girl."
I should just have some Jordan Peterson. Yeah,
Clean your
clips
room,
Yeah,
bucko.
queued up.
I get to clean your room.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that matters. Stuff like that.
But that's what all of that to say is
little clips that can go anywhere.
those guys were only there because they don't probably have father figures and like they're just letting a man scream at them. Well, I guess that if you pay a lot of money, you're just gonna let him scream at you.
It's
I guess
weird. Like, what is attractive about that?
if you didn't have a father figure, the guy screaming at you might feel like maybe I need
it's
this.
much more nuanced than that. I think that people who are, super on the internet are seeing a lot of really annoying things that are completely contradictory to Jordan Peterson. Really annoying rage baity type things.
Just getting baited into it.
And so they're mad,
Yeah.
like TikTok will show you the worst of women and then they'll show you Jordan Peterson.
So then you got to be like, I got to take a class.
And yes, and so
I gotta take a stand-up class.
and the thing that you really need to do is put your phone down. That's
Yeah.
what you really need to do. But it just sucks you in.
It's interesting because like I know like social media is constantly trying to red pill me with that shit. Like,
No, that's what I'm saying.
you know, like, and I just know like, oh, I don't. You know what I mean?
I scroll on TikTok and I can literally recognize that it's like trying to rage bait me into like hating women almost.
Yeah.
By showing, and it's not just by showing like men like
yeah.
Jordan Peterson. It's by showing like a woman who's like, if he doesn't spend over $100 on the first date, then he's not worth anything.
what's the only
so they
solution
show
to
you that, and then the next guy is like Jordan Peterson, and you're like, oh, he makes a lot of sense. Like, and then you get further into that rabbit hole, and it's really just like put your fucking phone down and live in the world.
Here's the solution. You need to cleanse your algorithm with videos of Down syndrome children. That's the only option. You just need to send your friends videos of kids with Down syndrome. Cleanse the palate. You need to get all that hateful stuff out of it.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying. I try to cleanse my, I really also, there's a few things I just want to say about TikTok. One, I wish there was like a horny and not horny mode. I wish I could like check it and be like, don't show me horny.
Don't show me any woman.
Don't show me
any woman. No, you're right. It does try to make you horny.
Well, that's like how it sucks you. I mean, it's basically like porn. You open a thing and then it's like a girl dancing. It's like, what the fuck is this thing in my hand?
Block
this
it.
is
if it
so
hits my
wrong.
algorithm, I'm like, I can't be. First of all, I jack off and then I go block.
I block it.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Fool me once.
Cannot show me.
You have to literally be like, okay, I'm gonna retrain it and be like, I'm gonna skip and dislike.
Which is
all
fucking
the,
annoying that like the immediate thing is to like go to your immediate animal urges. You know what I
know,
mean?
but it's like it's almost impossible to resist because it's like obviously a hot woman is gonna make you stop and then like
and look at it
when
for
you're
a sec.
yeah you're gonna look at it. For
I'm not a bad guy.
Even if you look at it for 5 seconds, that is still 4 seconds longer than you watched.
And I'd be
like,
looking.
a bunch
you
of
look
other
sometimes.
minutes.
Sometimes you want to look.
Of course,
Sometimes you're looking.
Of course, that's
Bad.
the problem.
Yeah, can you just put out like no jerk off mode?
Well, that's why I wanted to just flip a switch. Like, actually, I'm not horny right now. Can we just not do that?
Just like that, just a switch that would erase all the women from your like this is like Andrew Tate's
Not
dream.
all the women, just the ones dancing.
You're right, not all of them. You're right, not all of them.
Just the dancing.
You can
ones.
have them like talking and stuff. No movement.
Yeah.
You can be a woman, but stay still.
But who's to say that these women shouldn't be allowed to make money by shaking their bodies in it?
They should be allowed
me and
to.
my
I
girlfriend, we're
should
not
be
there
allowed
yet.
to not look at them if I don't.
You don't have to, yeah.
I know, and it's hard though because this app.
I can't
This
not look
app
at
doesn't
it.
make you pick things; it serves stuff to you.
Me and my girl, we're not there yet financially, but we do joke about it all the time. I'm like, babe, if you just started a jiggle Twitch, you could just take us to the moon and back.
thing is,
just
it's
like
like
every
you
time
don't
she gets a tip, like,
Wait,
you don't
what?
even
A
know.
jiggle Twitch? Is that a?
she just keep her boobies out and then just like jump
Oh, it's
around.
like a Twitch channel where your tits are out.
You don't even need to be there financially, I feel like. It's just like, are you sick of this? You know what I mean? Are you sick of doing
I'm
this
not
shit
enough
every
in poverty.
fucking day?
Yeah, she just has to like. Thank you for the tip.
I will say this
I would shake
about
my dick if I can make what I'm making right now plus benefits. I would shake my dick, no problem.
I would be embarrassed.
I will say about OnlyFans girls and hot Twitch streamers is I feel like they actually work way harder than people give them credit for.
no,
Just
I'm not saying
as
they're not.
as a content creator, they're
horrible.
fucking grinding every day.
I saw these girls that were putting a green screen shorts on and they were playing video games on their ass.
That's
so
incredible.
That's fucking amazing, dude.
That is actually amazing.
Then they like started like, oh, you can't do that on Twitch. Fucking woke America, you know what I'm saying? Thanks, Joe Biden.
And they
That's
had like
why.
they did like they do like the I'm wearing a bathing suit. Bathing suit's allowed. They're like, there's no pool, but then like you could put a kiddie pool in the back of your stream. Like now there's a pool. What are you gonna? They just.
Oh, that's interesting. I never heard that on Twitch.
On
That's the
Twitch,
thing?
that's how they
Yeah.
got away with the bathing suit thing is to put the kiddie. If you notice in the way background, they stick a kiddie pool. That's their loop.
Wow.
Look, I'm taking a bath. It's a bath. It's a pool thing.
fucking funny.
Dude, there's a constant back and forth between Twitch and like the censorship where they have like doing dumb like.
Why not? Why doesn't Twitch just like have like an 18 plus thing?
Yeah, it's interesting, right?
I think it ruins it.
They're Amazon.
Because there already is
Well,
that
the
for
thing is, it
porn.
can-
I
no,
want
no,
it to
but
be
what I'm
right
saying-
on the edge.
What I'm saying is, it can be 18
That's so
plus.
right.
Fist bump
It
me,
can-
dog.
No.
Fist
But
bump
the
me.
thing is, it can be
You
18.
perv.
It can be 18 plus without it having being explicit. Like,
Just
you know what
18
I'm
plus.
saying? Yeah, 18 plus, but no fucking, obviously no bear.
Here's the thing. Nobody wants to check the 18 plus box. They
Oh,
just want
I
to be
abs-
on Twitch.
No,
Yeah,
what are you
they're
like,
like,
be an
oh, what
adult.
is this?
Be an adult. Be an adult. What are you kidding me?
I might as well check in on this. Oh, she's playing Dark Souls.
Yeah, she's
I
on
might
her
as well. I like Dark Souls. Oh, it's on her ass. That's interesting.
Nice.
I guess I'll.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I love her.
Yeah. It's that line. Yeah, because you're right. It's like it is interesting how there's actual porn that you seek out, and then there's like this soft. It's on Twitch and TikTok, especially.
I think that's the most. That's like the most.
Financially viable.
No, I was gonna say like negative towards
Children.
social media.
like what
towards
we were
kids.
talking about, like
Yeah.
the thing where it's just like, oh great, now it's a, you know what I mean?
No. What do you?
It's like distracting and like a thing you don't necessarily want in your feed.
Yes,
it's
completely.
Like, just let me look at porn when I want to look at porn.
Yes.
Don't be like convincing me to look at porn in the middle of the day.
Now I'm jerking off at work. Okay.
Yeah, now I'm jerking off at work. Now I'm jerking off at the mall.
Now I'm
jerking off at in
Although,
the car.
honestly, there's not many people at the mall, so I think you'd be okay at the mall.
Now I'm jerking.
And it's crazy just
Now
because
I'm jerking off in George's bathroom while I said I had to go pee for a second.
I gotta go pee.
Like TikTok is just a button on my phone and my phone is in my hand.
Yeah.
And also I'm using TikTok to like make money and shit. So I'm on TikTok and like
and you're creating stuff and you have to look at it. It like pulls you in.
And
too.
it's like it's just insane to me when I take out my phone, I push the TikTok button and it's like a girl dancing. And I'm like, that to me is essentially porn. Like, and it's like, there's nothing wrong with what she's doing. There's nothing wrong with it. But God damn it, this is ruining my day.
Well, and it's good that it's just the boys right now because sometimes people will be like, well, you're getting that type of stuff. And you're like, no, it's sending it to me. I wouldn't look. It's sending it to me.
Well, no, it's sending it to you because you clicked on it initially, right?
Or because I'm watching it for longer than 1 second. You have to really put in an effort to be like, no. But it's hard because I like it.
But
it is up all the time.
I'll not deny that I don't like hot women dancing. Obviously, that's the fucking problem is that I like it so much. Please get it away from me. Don't make it a button on my phone.
All right, so what we need to do is invent an app that blocks all unwanted.
Okay, so
you don't have to have the willpower.
we were doing an invention.
Yeah, we
for
were doing
Mac.
an invention.
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call. It's gonna be. I guess it should be like a machine, but maybe like a pill. It's gonna be called "Take the Poison Out." Right?
Okay.
Take the poison
it's
out.
gonna be called a pill called "Take the Poison Out." And every time you see a woman on your algorithm, you take the pill and you cum in your pants, and
Immediately
you don't have to jack off. You just come out of your pants.
Why don't they have a cum pill?
When you're really horny.
When you just need to get it done.
Sometimes they're really horny and it's just too much. You gotta get to work.
Honey, we need to get to my parents' house.
Not now. I'm too horny.
You need to take the poison out.
Oh, are you doing it the old-fashioned way? What? That's the wife.
Yeah.
Baby, just take one of these. I keep telling you.
Wow, that saved a lot of time. Let's go to your parents' house.
Now with adult male cum diapers, so you can blast loads all day and not have to change.
I blasted 10 loads before I came here.
This is going to be really good when we have our first female guest.
I can't.
You need a female guest, guys.
This
is
wait.
too much. You haven't had a woman on yet?
Dude,
It's 3.
sad.
It's been 3. And honestly, I'm
Too
mostly
many,
scared
man.
about reaching out to female comics being like, hey, do you want to be on our
Come to my
podcast?
house. My girlfriend will be there.
Can I just say how real that is for like sketches or like asking girls to be in sketches? It's so difficult.
It's got to be like, you feel like a creep.
I automatically feel like a creep. I'm like,
That's why
There's people
that's
that
why
I
hate
wanna
booking
reach
female
out-
comics. No,
There's
I'm just kidding. I do it all the time. I'm kidding.
but yeah, it's like,
Jake, who's the female comic you hate booking the most? Holy shit, are you kidding me, dude? That's fucking nuts.
that's crazy. I think she's really funny.
I think that honestly, she's.
That's my favorite bit so far.
No, it is really weird though. That's why.
Yeah. It's
Dude.
like, and the thing is, it's also like, as someone, I think that like women probably in comedy probably get hit on a lot.
Yeah.
So I want to try my best not to ever seem like I'm
Do
doing
that.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, you want to be on my podcast? It's
Yeah.
just me and Scott.
Yeah.
Scotty.
You want to be in a
Bigfoot
sketch?
plush.
Luckily, I
Yeah.
think you guys are nice boys. So.
That's weird, dude.
I think we're nice.
Yeah, we're
but
pretty nice.
but so we did a sketch where it's my friend Brian dressed as a mime in bed, and it's a
Oh,
girl
I love
asking
that
if he has
one.
a
That's a good
condom,
one.
and it's him opening, and that one like we asked multiple girls, and they were just like, "What?
You had to, dude. You had to cuck yourself for that one.
You want to be in a sketch where you're in a bed with a man and he has a condom?" It's
That
just
is
like,
rough, yeah.
It's
but very
weird.
funny.
Yeah, well, thank you. But like the sketches, oftentimes, the thing about like the types of sketches that I'm making is usually it's not like.
maybe because you don't know how to write for women, Scott.
Well, I don't know how to write for people. See, normally,
This is all for robots.
yeah.
The walking one where you're like, and then you ruin him in business.
The thing about the sketches is generally they are not like you're gonna do a performance. Normally it's like I need a body, you know. I just need any woman to be in this role.
That you're not sounding
So
better.
but it's any man. It's any man
No,
either.
I know.
The
Just
point
anybody's.
is the roles are so interchangeable. They're not like it's not like, oh, I need you specifically because you're so good at this performance. It's like, no, I just need you because you're available. Like it's more like that kind of thing. So, and getting a woman for a bit where there's a mime in bed with you.
Yeah, no, it's tough.
That's tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough.
Yeah, slightly provocative, you know.
It's provocative.
Should we move on to text us a movie?
I think we should move on to the final category.
Text us a movie and we'll say it. Text us a movie and we'll say it.
Welcome to Texas Movie We'll Say. Well, can I just say that of all of our jingles, I think that one goes the hardest.
It's
I
nice.
fucking love that jingle.
I listen to that when I go to sleep.
I can listen to it all day and all night. So this is Texas Movie and We Say It, where you text us the movie and we say it.
What number do they text? Text 610-836-1783. Text us a movie.
If you text us a movie and we'll say it.
Live on air.
Live on the air. So today's movie, we're about to say it. Jake's going to say it.
I'm gonna say it.
Wait for the countdown. Here we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oppenheimer.
Oh, Oppenheimer. That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Great
Oppenheimer.
job.
Thank you. Well, I believe we got a clip here.
You
from
really
Oppenheimer.
did say it.
I'm gonna play it.
You're gonna stand there owning a fireworks stand and tell me you don't have no whistling bungholes, no spleen splitters, whisker biscuits, honky lighters, Husker do's, Husker don'ts, cherry bombs, nipsy daisers, with or without the scooter stick, or one single whistling kitty chaser? No.
So that's Oppenheimer.
That's of course the scene where the government officials are talking to Oppenheimer, and they're
like,
asking him.
I need this gear.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah.
Joe Dirt is an ultimate comedy movie for me. That's in like the Hall of Fame comedies from that era.
You know
that movie's ridiculous.
You know that line where the little kid's like, "You should see my girlfriend. You'd shit yourself." Do you remember that line?
I actually don't.
It's
know.
like I literally think about that line like maybe once every other day. Like that movie is so ingrained in my head. I think this was on Comedy Central a lot, but also
it was on all the time.
It was just such. I think it was like 50% chance if you turned on Comedy Central, Joe Dirt was on during the day.
There was like the homeless guy who's like, "Home is where you make it." Joe Dirt's like, "You want to see homos naked?"
Wow, I forgot about that bit. Yeah,
it's so good.
I think Scott, that's one of my favorite bit of yours, the Joe Dirt bit that you have.
Oh yeah, you ever look up at the moon and wonder if someone else in your family is also thinking about Joe Dirt?
I'm often thinking about it.
Love Joe Dirt, baby.
All right, well, that's been the podcast. Jake, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you, boys.
Do you have anything to plug for the podcast?
Yeah,
Jake
dude.
Lipinsky.
Jakey's got a pod. I got a pod too. It's called Jakey's Pod.
Hell yeah.
And then just follow Jakey's Pod on YouTube, on Instagram, and Jake Lipinsky on Instagram. That's all I got.
All right, great.
Jake
Yeah,
Lipinsky,
dogs.
This has
stand-up
been the
comedian.
Cheesecast. Thank you so much.
Thank
Tune
you,
in
Cheese
every
Boys.
week. We don't know when it's releasing yet, but it's going to be once a week.
Who cares? We're gonna keep doing it.
Cheese boys. Great pod, boys. I like what you're doing.
It's a fun time, right?
Get the poison out. That was a good.
Then the second time where I got it.